everyone. It's Mr. Snyder again. Hope all is well in 6th grade land in Monroe. Now, I hope everyone had some fun doing the timbali part to the virtual percussion ensemble piece we're going to do, Arriba. Now is the fun, really fun part, because we're going to get to do the mallet part, okay? So I asked everyone to look at the xylophone part for this, and you'll just play it on your mallet instrument at home, okay? So look at the xylophone part. On the xylophone part, you notice that a lot of the patterns are going to be the same to this, okay? So we jump to measure 9. But before we do that, you notice that 3 flats in this one, right? So what are flat, Mr. Snyder? B flat, E flat, and A flat. Yes? Those are going to be the flats, which means this is in the key of E flat. So, here we go. We're going to start by looking at measures 9 and 10. What notes do we start on there? We start on E flat on your keyboard. Yes, E flat right here on your keyboard. So, let's say the notes together. Ready? Now, E flat, D, C, B flat, C. Yeah, so. Now, next measure. Rest, C, C, B flat, B flat, B flat. So, in time together, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2, and 3, and 4. I want everyone to pause for a second, and I want everyone to do those 2 measures. Okay, by this time, we should all be able to do, at least at a slow tempo, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2, and 3, and 4. Now, measure 3 is the same, I'm sorry, not measure 3, the third measure of that, which is measure 11, should go 1, 2, 3, 4, and. So, let's put 3 measures together now. 1, 2, ready now. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and work that up now. Yes? Now, measure rest at 12, whole rest. What do we have the next 3 measures? Well, Mr. Snyder, it's the same thing. So, if you can play those 3, you'll be able to play it again for the second line. Going on. Now, there's double stops happening. So you do this where there's 2 notes on top of each other and you got to play both lines. Here would be my suggestion as far as learning this. Do the left hand for the bottom line, okay? And then the right hand for the top line. Do them separately, okay? So let's just do the right hand first. What note is this starting with? It's G, so it's G, F, E flat, right? So G, F, E flat, and then D, E flat. So you'd go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the next measure, E flat, D, D, D. So you'd go like this. And then you'd do the same for the left hand, which of course starts on an E flat. Okay? So, C, C, B flat, B flat, B flat. Yes? And then together, you'd go like this. And then that's how it would sound together. So, you do that. Then, right before A, what note is that? It's a G, of course. So it goes rest. G, G, G. And then, everyone will do this pattern, which a lot of you might remember from doing the timbali part. It's the same in the solo there. There was a measure that went on the drum pad going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Well, guess what? It's the same thing here at letter A. You're just on C and A flat here. So practice going like this. So it's going to be like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And then, of course, on 1, you change the E flat to an E natural, as you see the natural sign there. But it's going to go like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1. And you can shout Arriba if you want there. So, here's the good news. If you can get this part up to through B, the rest of it is all repetitive, believe it or not. So, if you start at 17, it would go 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Rest. 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1. Arriba. And then back to B. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 2 and then it's a repeat of what we did earlier at the beginning. So, once you've learned this, and C is battery, D is battery, E now is back to the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Da, 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 da. Arriba. Once you get all through all that, if you put this with then your timbali part, with the recording, you can do the mallet part, then go back to the beginning of the recording, do the timbali part. Then you pick up the phone, you FaceTime one of your friends in 6th grade and say, hey, I learned the mallet part. You want to hear it? Great, play it for them. Then they're going to say, hey, take a look at this timbali part. Then, if you guys want to switch, one of you does the mallet part, one of you then does the timbali part, play it for each other over FaceTime. See if you can make a little duet. Switch then. The other person does the timbali part, then the other person does it. And then you guys can have some fun with this. And then when we all convene, we'll be able to do a really cool jam with this piece, Arriba. So I'm going to ask you guys to look at this mallet part, all of you. And then it does not have to be up to tempo. Don't worry, it can be very slow. If it's slow and accurate, you know I'll be happy. So if it's slow and accurate, I'm going to ask you guys to post a little bit to the Google Classroom page, and I'll take a listen to make sure we're all on the right page and all on the right track, okay? Any questions, you let me know. I hope everyone's doing well. Please let me know if there's any questions. Thanks, guys.